Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History File channel. I hope everybody's having a good week, whether you're at work or not. I hope everyone's fit and healthy and everybody's happy. Anyway, first up, this video is a book haul. I said in one of my videos over the weekend I was expecting some more books from Pen and Sword, and they have arrived this morning. I've got 8 of all different types of books and subjects. So here we go. The first book up, Pen and Sword at £25, is Mysteries of the Norman Conquest. Unravelling the truth of the Battle of Hastings and the events of 1066. Written by Robert Allred. From one of the quotes on the back, but there was one of the Norwegians who withstood the English folk, so that they could not pass over the bridge nor complete the victory. An Englishman aimed at him with a javelin, but it availed nothing. Then came another under the bridge, who pierced him terribly inward under the coat of mail, and Harold, king of the English, then came over the bridge, followed by his army, and there they made a great slaughter, both of the Norwegians and of the Flemings. And that's from the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles, 3 battles of 1066. So there we go, it's one of the most famous battles in Britain. So I'm really going to enjoy that one, I think. And I like the book cover design as well. Next up is Naval Battles of the Second World War, the Pacific and the Far East by Leo Marriott. Published by Pen and Sword Books, priced at £20. And actually, when I opened the box this morning, I thought this one looked familiar and that I'd already read it. But I think maybe this is a series of naval battle books, and there's quite obviously a generic design to this particular series. Highly illustrated account of the major naval battles fought in the Pacific and the Far East during the Second World War. Sets naval actions in their strategic context and describes clearly and concisely what happened in each engagement. Features Pearl Harbor and the Battle of the Coral Sea and Midway. Over 100 wartime photographs plus maps. The second of 2 volumes covering the worldwide war at sea. So yes, I think I'm just currently reading the first one. Naval Battles of the Second World War by Leo Marriott. Next we've got Allied Air Operations 39 to 40. The War over France and the Low Countries, written by Jerry Merland. I'll have to read a bit from the inside cover. While much has been written about the Battle of Britain, the air war over France and the Low Countries, which is like Belgium, Holland, Sweden area, from September 1939 to June 1940 has largely been neglected until now. As expert aviation author Jerry Merland reveals his fascinating book, there may have been a little ground action until May 1940, but the war in the air was far from phony. In contrast to these adversaries, the Allied air forces on the mainland of Europe were poorly equipped, regardless of increased development from 1934 onwards. But in spite of this, when the German invasion began, the lowland countries of Holland and Belgium fought back tenaciously, while development of the Spitfire, Blenheim and Wellington was continuing at a pace. The RAF was only 4 squadrons of Hurricanes among a force of outdated biplanes. Was a little more prepared than the French, but still woefully outgunned by the Luftwaffe. So that sounds interesting to me. So that's £20, and that's the Allied operations of 39 to 40. I think I'll do a book review about that. Right. The next book feels like a really heavyweight book. Just get some mark off the cover. But it certainly feels rather heavy and weighted, so I expect lots of pictures, text and info out of this. This is called the 1st Armoured Division, 1938 to 47. A History by Evan McGilvery and Janusz Jarembowski. There we go. Priced at £25, published by Pen and Sword Books. The first Polish Armoured Division, 38 to 47, includes detailed discussion of the division's precursor, the 10th Mechanised Cavalry Brigade. The 10th Brigade role is in the Polish invasion of Czechoslovakia and the defence of Poland. The foundation of the 1st Polish Armoured Division in 1942 in the UK. The division's role in Normandy and the liberation of the northwest Europe. Leadership of Stanislaw Masic on and off the battlefield. The often poor treatment of Polish soldiers in exile during and after the war. So it might be a bit sobering, but I'm certainly expecting a good book out of this one. The first Polish Armoured Division, 38 to 47. Right, on to a different topic now. We've got the Brunels, Father and Son, and written by Anthony Burton. And for those that don't know, the Brunels were like very famous engineers building underground rail systems and bridges and that sort of thing. This is the first book to tell the stories of the 2 Brunels in 1 volume. The book gives a new perspective on the life of Isambard Brunel. By telling the stories of the 2 engineers, it makes it clear from the first time just how closely linked their careers were. And that's £25 by Pen and Sword Books, The Brunels, Father and Son. The next book is of a different subject entirely. This is Movie Monsters, or The Ultimate Book of Movie Monsters. Written by Christopher Carton. Find information on more than 100 movie monsters from nearly a century of cinema history. Explore the origins of the vampire, zombie, and the kaiju movie genres. Featuring fact files on the most iconic monsters, including their strengths and weaknesses. Includes over 150 full-colour pictures of films' most terrifying and recognisable creatures. See monsters from horror, science fiction, comedy, B-movies and children's animation. So this should be good. Certainly looks entertaining from the quick flick through I've had. So that's £25, published by Pen and Sword Books. The next one is a bit of an odd one, because I'm not sure you want to go there. And that's called Reading Hitler's Mind. The Intelligence Failure That Led to World War II. Written by Norman Ridley. And actually this book feels extremely light and it's not very thick, so it might be a quick read. I recognise no moral law in politics. Politics is a game in which every sort of trick is permissible, and in which the rules are constantly being changed by the players to suit themselves. There's a quote there from Adolf Hitler, remilitarization of the Rhineland. It's £20, Pen and Sword Books, Reading Hitler's Mind. And the last book is The Forgotten Giant of Bletchley Park, Brigadier John Tiltman, written by Harold Liberty. Pen and Sword Books, and it's priced at £20. If you don't know Bletchley Park, it was like a famous manor house that's based in the countryside in Bedfordshire near Milton Keynes. And what they used to do there was they used to have loads of women and male staff sometimes during the World War II who would it was their job to break German codes, and where they discovered or they cracked the Enigma code, which very much brought the World War II to a quicker end. And it's a really interesting place because I've been there. I've taken a group of scouts there, and they all had a thoroughly good day and was quite well entertained. In recent years, the work of Bletchley Park codebreakers has caught the public's imagination with books and films. While the achievements of men such as Alan Turing and Dilly Knox are now well known, Brigadier John Tiltman has hardly been mentioned. This overdue biography reveals that the Brig, as he was known, played a key role after distinguished Great War military service. He established himself as a skilled codebreaker between the wars, monitoring Russian and other unfriendly powers' messages. During the Second World War, he was regarded as the most versatile of cryptographers, cracking a range of codes, including Japanese ones. He made the first breakthrough against the German High Command Lorenz system, and what he found led to the creation of machines including Colossus, the first recognizable computer. A possible reason for this neglect may be down to his apparent lack of association with Enigma, but in truth he was closely involved at the start. So there we have it. That's the final book, The Forgotten Giant of Bletchley Park, Brigadier John Tiltman, written by Harold Liberty. And there we go. That's my book haul for today from Pen and Sword Books. Looks like it's going to be some good reading, and I better get started soon. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please feel free to do so. If you like history and books, then this is the channel for you. Other than that, please take care, be safe, and I shall see you next time for the next video. Thank you very much.